Hello, my name's April and welcome to the 5-minute grant making sessions, the 8-point reviewer-centric criteria. Now, why reviewer-centric? Well, because ultimately the goal is to convince the reviewers at all levels that your project is worthy of funding. Reviewers, however, may have specific criteria that they are looking at. They might have limited time. They might have limited expertise. They don't know as much as you do about your work. They might have expectations about the structure of the proposal itself, the headers, the content. They might have interest in clarity and objectivity in your text so that they can do their work. And they might be interested in envisioning a realistic feasibility of your project, meaning they really want to picture your project at work with all the practicalities we can think of. Now, what is this 8-point reviewer-centric criteria? Well, it's based on the research by Falk, Krasinski, and Tobin, who reviewed all the reviewer criterias of the biggest funding agencies and found 8 common points that if we tackle, we will be essentially answering to all the reviewer criterias of any agency we might be proposing to. So what are these criteria? Number 1, significance, importance. What is the problem? Why is it occurring? Who's affected? In what ways are they affected? And to what extent? Why is the problem significant? Who cares? If you're successful, what difference will it make to knowledge and to society in general? Point number 2 is innovation. How are things done today? How are you changing things? Are you changing methodologies, instrumentation, interventions? What are you doing differently? Importantly here, it doesn't have to be mind-blowing, but you must have some kind of innovation to your project, even if you're just changing the population, the context where you're testing something that was tested in the past, and it must be tested again today for important reasons. Point number 3 is the approach. And here, it's really where reviewers will look at that feasibility aspect. So in the approach, it includes the full design, the operational scope, including the methodologies, the analysis, things like data management plans, mentorship plans for GAs and postdocs. How is your project actually going to execute all the activities that are proposed? This falls into this point number 3. Point number 4 is environment. Your institution, how is your institution positioned at the local, state, and federal levels? What are the advantages of your institution related to the call? And if the call is a call to improve your institution, then you articulate the needs of your institution in this environment criteria as well. Criteria number 5 is the investigators, yourself, the team you bring together. And now here, this is really important. It's better to bring collaborators in, to have that strong expertise, that experience, previous experience within your team, than to try to wing it and do something that no one has done before. Especially in sponsored projects, it is important to show them that you have the expertise to get to success. Now, point number 6 is impact and dissemination. We have a whole series of videos about impact, but it's important that you understand that impact is essentially a sum of all parts of your project. And here, you can think through and come back to all the points in your design to understand how can you boost these points and add impact initiatives throughout your project. Not just a publication, just a conference presentation, which are important, but what else can you do? Then budget. Budget is very important to be aligned with your activities. There are rules for budgeting, what's allowed, what's not allowed, so your budget has to be answering to all those rules and also aligned with all the activities you're proposing. If that doesn't happen, your project does not get funded. And finally, the 8 point is the evaluation and the assessment. And here, just one comment that it's important to think about how you define success in your project and then how you measure it. And if you're able to add within your design stages of evaluation throughout the project, that is a much stronger design than just adding an evaluation at the very end once you're done. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video.